listen, that I've told them, this is hilarious.
She's laughing because she thinks I'm going to do it.
We've made a deal, okay? Mm. I'm going to buy them floor, standing near the stage, Taylor Swift concert tickets. I'm going to buy them. If they could not argue for 5 months. We're going to do it, I promise.
You realise that this deal will be over. It'll be over within a couple of hours.
Every time I think about arguing,
Lol.
I'm just saying Taylor Swift.
They think they're actually
going to these guys are idiots.
Or bicker, and then I'm going to answer back, Esme. She's going to do everything we say first time, and we'll buy them floor tickets for Taylor Swift in 5 months.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today is kind of a direct message to our friends Chris and Sarah Ingham, because we know that they love a good old Dougal sesh, right? Who doesn't? Anyway, what I'm going to say today, I'm actually going to relate it to the Inghams in words that they can understand and in terms that they can understand, because this is an important point when it comes to exploiting your kids on social media, as they do incessantly every single day of their kids' lives. And if you watch this right now, this will explain to you exactly how it is, how you are exploiting your children, Sarah. This should hopefully get it through to you.
Recently, maybe like 6 months ago, decided to stop showing my kids on social media, and there's really only one reason why. Well, there's lots of reasons, but this is what actually made me change my mind and stop completely. Picture a theater, right? Not even a big theater, like a small theater. And let's say maybe it sits like 100 people. Let's say I'm backstage with my kids, right? And all of a sudden I take my sweet little 4-year-old and I push her through the curtains. So now she's on stage in front of those 100 people. There's lights shining down on her and she is terrified. Can't even imagine how scared she would feel to be out there without her mommy, knowing that all of those people are looking at her. And not only that, me watching her be out there exposed, alone, and afraid would feel so terrifying for me too. And that's exactly why I decided to stop. Sometimes social media doesn't really feel like a tangible thing, but when I think about her alone on a stage, even if that theater only had one person in the audience, I know she would feel so scared. It's not even taking into consideration what number of those people have bad intentions with my kid. Something about that visual made everything feel real for me. Absolutely know every family is different, and I truly believe that every mom knows what's best for their own family, but I'm just sharing because if you've been on the fence like me, this is what pushed me right on over that fence.
So how does this relate to the Inghams, and specifically the Taylor Swift clip that I showed earlier? How does it relate? Well, we're going to now head on over to Sarah from Mom Uncharted and see what she had to say. She managed to explain it in terms that is very understood, and hopefully Chris and Sarah, you can understand this too.
Ellie shared a great analogy the other day as to what made her reconsider sharing her children on social media. The video is tagged below. Go and watch it. Because what I'm about to say takes a little bit of that, but isn't the actual analogy. So make sure you watch the video. She's talking about having her child up on stage and this audience viewing her. And it made me think about how parents aren't really conceptualizing how many people actually have access to the images and information they are sharing about their children online. I thought, how do I get parents to recognize how many strangers are consuming content of their children? And I thought, the Eras Tour. That is the sold-out Eras Tour, which in Nashville had a breaking attendance record of more than 70,000 people. And that's a lot of people, but there are accounts of solely babies, children, who have millions of followers. This video alone has been commented on 70,000 times and has been saved 375,000 times and shared 163,000 times. As a parent, I struggle to understand why so many parents want the images and videos and information of their children to be consumed by massive amounts of strangers online. Like, once you post these videos and images, you lose control of them and you do not know where they are going to end up. Like, parents have to realize that for every view and save and like, there is a person behind that you haven't vetted to have access to that image and information about your kids. Like, parents, please take a step to think critically about all of this, because why? Why are we exposing our kids to all of these strangers online?
So Chris, Sarah, just think of the Taylor Swift tour and 70,000 people alone watching her, right? And you take that 70,000 people and you put them in front of a TV screen or a computer screen or a laptop or an iPad or whatever, and they tune in to watch your children every day. That is a lot of people watching one performance, and they're watching your kids perform the exact same thing, except for more. In some instances, you have hundreds of thousands of people watching. Some videos, you've had millions of people watching, and they're all watching your children. How weird is that? How odd is that? Why would anybody tune in to watch your children day after day after day? For what reason? I've seen some really weird comments on your children, and I think, and that's from my fan, by the way, not from haters, I think that's quite wrong. Now, if we move on from the Inghams for a second, there's a very deep problem there. As we've seen, one person has decided enough is enough because they thought, what would it be like to shove their kid in front of just 100 people in a theatre without their parents, without their mum to protect them? What would they feel like? What would the child feel like if that was a situation? And what if you take that situation and put them in front of millions of strangers online? How afraid would your child be in that situation? Think of your children and think of how they would feel. They would really, really be terrified. Going back to the Inghams a second, you've got Jace, who is also 4 years old. And imagine taking him and sticking him in front of 70,000 people. Just alone, just on a stage, on his own. No parents, no mum, no dad to protect him. No sisters to help him. Sarah, you've many times said that Jace is very kind of nervous. He's kind of a methodical type of child. I would imagine that he would be terrified if there was that many people in front of him. So just a thought. This is not, make yourselves famous. Do whatever it is you need to do. Chris, Sarah, and everybody else who wants to be an influencer, do whatever you want to do. But when it comes to your children, leave them out of it, because it's not nice to expose them to the world when they're not ready, and without their consent, obviously. Until next time, please have a lovely day. Please give this video a thumbs up and comment everything you want to comment down below about this. Until next time, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you again soon. Have a lovely day, take care of yourselves, and bye-bye.